Hi, my name is Katie Balas. I am the owner of the Pierogi People. I work out of Local Roots Kitchen here in Worcester, Ohio. And I grew up, I'm Hungarian, German, and Polish. So I grew up with a lot of ethnic food. But what's hilarious is we never made pierogis as a child. Like, we made everything else. We did chicken paprikash, a lot of sauerkraut dishes, pork and dumplings, those kinds of things, but never pierogis. We were that family that bought the Mrs. T's pierogis, and that's what we had. So I grew up in Maple Heights and moved to Seven Hills, which is a suburb of Cleveland also. And there was a Parma pierogis there. Pierogis is huge in that area. So then we started tasting pierogis that were more homemade, and what a difference. So when we moved out here to Worcester, my husband got a job as a fireman. There was no place to get homemade pierogis, so I learned how to make them on my own, and after several times of trial and error of getting a good dough and fillings and consistency, I finally came up with a recipe. And so I would make them at home for family and friends, and I kind of had the idea of doing pierogis in the back of my mind. And so I've been here for almost 3 years now, and I started off with 3 flavors, just a potato and cheese, a regular potato, and I think maybe a sauerkraut. And then it just started expanding. As I'm standing here making pierogis, I started thinking about all these other fillings that I could do, and now I have, I think, 31 flavors of pierogis, and a good portion of them are made with Bunker Hill cheese. And I chose Bunker Hill cheese. Well, first of all, I'm a major cheese lover, so anytime that I would do charcuterie boards or whatever, I would buy Bunker Hill cheese and put together these elaborate boards for dinner parties and when I worked at my previous job. So it was a no-brainer to just cross over with this cheese into my product. And I love it. It's not a greasy cheese, and that's really important when you're mixing cheese with fillings, is you don't want that greasiness to take over anything that you're making. So I use the raw milk white cheddar, which is amazing, and the baby Swiss, Lacey baby Swiss cheese. So those are the 2 flavors that I'm using right now, and I'm going to venture into the spring onion, which is a new flavor with them. Going to come up with some recipes for that, and we'll see where it goes. But that's my history in a nutshell. So today I'm doing spinach artichoke pierogis, which is also made with the baby Swiss cheese from you guys. And this is the regular dough. And what other flavor? So this is my spinach artichoke filling, which is really good. And oh, savory cheese. So this is kind of funny. This is also has the cheddar cheese in it, and it's almost like a gourmet mozzarella stick. It has basil and rosemary that I saute in brown butter and then mix it in with a ricotta base, cream cheese, Romano, and the cheddar cheese. And just the 4 cheeses together with those spices, it's so good. It's one of my best-selling pierogis. Like, I never thought that this would be one of the best-selling, but it really is. I go through this every week. They sell out. I actually mixed the dough yesterday, and I make all the fillings. So that's a full day of production. That's what I'm doing. And then I have the dough in rolls, which I can show you later, but I cut them into these little discs. And then I have a dough rolling machine that I put in. My handy dandy scooper, and I just scoop the filling. And I like giving a lot of filling. And my dough, as you can see going through the roller, it's a sour cream based dough, so I can get it really thin. And I can fold it over. Just cut the edges. So I generally line them, fill up a tray, and then I will boil them. And once they cool down from the boiling process, I freeze them, and then the next day, they freeze overnight, and then the next day I package them up, 8 in a bag, and put them on the shelf, and they're ready to go. Like there's things that I make at home. I make chicken enchiladas for dinner all the time at home. So I just took the filling that I make in chicken enchilada and I just put it in the pierogi. And I'll serve that with like a salad that I came up with called a street corn salad. So, you know, kind of piled up on top of the pierogis. It's so good. The problem is I keep coming up with more and more flavors and I don't have the room or the time, you know, to do much more than I'm already doing. But the ideas are there. Okay. So now you can serve them like there are boiled cooked pierogis that people do, and we have made them and tried them. And they almost they taste like a ravioli. So for me, that's kind of one-dimensional. So that's why I choose to serve all my pierogis fried. It gives it that crispy outside, and then the inside, the dough is still soft, and then you have all the filling in there that's really gooey. Yummy.